Hey guys, what's going on? This is your girl, Model E of the E and Friends podcast. I am back. It is a new year, 2023. How are you guys doing? I am so glad to be back with you guys. I told y'all that I was not going to stay a very long time this year. I will not do that to you guys. So here I am. I am back. I didn't even give nobody time to say, hey, E, when you think you coming back? I am here. Guys, make sure you continue to follow me on Instagram at E and Friends Pod and on Twitter at Erica Jones with the Z on the end. I am glad to be back here talking to you guys. I have had a wonderful 2023. It is starting up where I left off in 22. I hope the same for you guys. And I am sending out blessings, and let blessings continue to rain on all of us. Now, since your girl is back, yes, this is a solo dolo. And I got some guests lined up for you guys in the upcoming pods. Okay, so I don't want to hear it. So first, what I want to discuss is something that I'm disgusted about. Doing my scroll on social media, Keri Hilson, you guys know that Keri Hilson is a singer. She's an R&B singer, and we haven't heard anything from her in a while, but she's still around. And I happen to like Keri Hilson. She was on vacation on a beautiful, beautiful beach. You guys know I'm in love with the beautiful beach. Anything with pretty green waters. Oh my God. You got me. Anyway, okay, wake up. So she was on this island and she did a video and she had on a bathing suit, okay? She had on a two-piece bathing suit, which is something that you do when you are on an island or when you're around water. So when she did this video, she stood up and she fixed her clothes, her bikini and everything, and she turned around and she showed us her booty. One guy made this whole big comment and said, you need to get a BBL. Now, you guys know that these BBLs has been going around for a little while now, and everybody just take it seriously like it is something that a woman must have in order to survive in the man's world, okay? Which is not true by far. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I was disgusted by this idiot who said that. So I went on his page and I looked him up, and he was one of our very own, bringing down a sister once again. Now, y'all know Keri Hilson don't bother nobody. I mean, nobody, okay? For her to be doing her thing and allowing us to see and, share what she has going on, somebody goes and make this irrelevant negative comment, and I think it's not right, to be honest. So to the guy who made this comment, you are, first of all, you were perv because you were looking. So you are a nasty perv, and you are very disrespectful to women, and I hope you don't get no ass or no women's ass. How about that? But anyway, she did very good. She didn't lash out or anything. And I just found it very rude and very disrespectful. And personally, as a female, I did not like that. There are men out there who are very disrespectful to women. And just because she has a normal booty, okay, just because she hasn't went and got no work done on her booty, it's a problem. That is a problem that we have in our society today. Men think just because a woman has a big butt big titties, they think that's the world. No, it is not. Natural beauty is very hard to come by these days. I'm a natural woman, okay? And I don't wear weave. And if I do, it may be something just for the moment, but it's not nothing every day. I don't wear makeup every day. Hell, I really don't wear makeup at all. But I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. But I can count on all 10 of my fingers that I got everything that belongs to me. Everything what God gave me, between my mom and my daddy gave me, I got it. It's mine. And I think it's very rude for a male, and especially a Black male that's supposed to be a brother of mine, who is supposed to, you know, kind of look after us, make sure that, you know, we are safe, you know, make sure that we are feeling secure, you know, and comfortable in our skin. A lot of men don't do that anymore. And you guys kind of get the reason why women say, oh, there's no good men out there, or wow, some women is like, oh, you know, I don't want to deal with these guys, you know, because they're very rude and they're blatantly disrespectful, and nobody wants a disrespectful man. So that's what it is. I know I don't, but keep your negative comments to yourself when you see something like that, because this woman, you've never heard anything about this woman, nothing. She was just minding her business. And personally, I think we all should mind our business. Okay. All right. Moving on. Brittany Renner. I don't really know too much of Brittany Renner, but she was in the news and she had done an interview about how she regrets sleeping with men who didn't value her. And she blames her failed relationships on lack of self-worth because she never valued herself. Now, I don't have the video for you guys, but she did make a video. And if you guys really don't know too much about Brittany Renner, she is a figure in the media, you know, and culture. And she also dated 30-year-old, well, no, he's not 30, she's 30. PJ Tucker, he is a basketball player, I believe, but she had a kid by him. So you guys may know her by that. But anyway, she goes on and she made this video and it went viral. And she said that she has always positioned herself as an open book and maintains that the views of others are meaningless. Now, she said that she isn't embarrassed to talk about her life, her past relationship, her sexual experiences, or regret it. Now, she goes on and she says, you know, she didn't mind having children, or she didn't intend on having kids, but unless, you know, the man was willing to get down on one knee and propose to her. So, I mean, that didn't happen. You know, she kind of like everybody else. You got into a relationship and I got pregnant. Here I am. I'm not married, you know. But that's okay. It's okay. But when she went and she did this interview, she said that she's familiar with being the object of men's lust, but she has never experienced the feeling of being appreciated by a man. And so she said that she never placed a high value on herself. You know, as us times, a lot of women, you know, we put a lot of high value of ourselves. There are things we say that we are going to do, things we're going to tolerate, and things we're not going to tolerate. Well, in her words, she really didn't do a lot of that. And she was ready to face her reality. So that's why she came out with this video. And she also goes and says that she knows what it feels like to be desired by a man, but not valued by one. And now she is just coming out because, you know, she's expressed that she's very disappointed with her earlier sex-related choices. And, you know, her soul ties and her spiritual unification. Okay. But she goes and she says that she hates how she allowed herself to be used by men, and it came from a lack of self-worth. And but she says sex is a spiritual unification, and at the end of the day, she doesn't really care how anybody spends it. So me, in my opinion, I'm happy of the fact that this woman can come out publicly and say, I've done my dirt, I did what I did, I'm not proud of it, I want to move on with my life. That's dope, because a lot of people cannot come to an agreement with themselves to say, hey, I messed up, I don't like what I did, and I want to do this right. So I think she should, get her props for that. Now, is it something that the whole world should know? I mean, really, it's not. It's nobody's business. But if you feel that you need to come out and, you need to have an audience for that, then that's okay. That's your opinion. That's how you choose to let it be known, and that's how you choose to cope with what you're going through. But look, we know a lot of hoes, okay? We know a lot of people who just go and just mess with everybody and don't feel shit about it. Move on to the next thing, go to the next person. We all know those people, okay? But for you to be in the industry, in the business, and you know what you're doing with all these women, and you're not satisfied with it, there's going to come a point in time in your life where you're going to be like, hey, hold up, I need to reevaluate my life, because I really don't like how the way things are going. I want to one day get married. I want to find a stable relationship. I want to be with a man who is going to love me for me and not lust after me and what I can do for him. I have this kid. I have to show this kid that this is not exactly how life goes. This is how it goes. And I commend her for respecting herself. Respecting yourself comes a long way. If you respect yourself, then other people will start to respect you. So I am a beautiful woman, as you guys can see. I'm a beautiful woman, okay? And I'm always approached by men. And my whole thought process of that is, okay, I know this guy is going to try and holler at me. I'm really not in the mood for it. I don't want to entertain anybody. But am I going to have a negative and bad attitude towards it? No, I am not. My thing is, if you don't want these men, because they will get in their feelings. That's what men today, they get in their feelings, and you can get hurt if you let a man down the wrong way. And it's sad as a woman that we have to watch what we say and how we do things to let somebody know that we're not interested. It shouldn't be like that. We should be able to just say, hey, no, thank you. Or we can just, it's not like that, because they will get their feelings involved and their emotions involved. And then now you don't hurt the ego, and they feel like they got to do something about it. And you actually, as a woman, can get hurt that way. So my thing is, every time I come in contact with a male, and he may come up, he may say, hey, beautiful, are you married? And I was like, yeah, I'm married. Like that, right? I'll put my ring up so they can see it, even though sometimes the ring don't mean shit, but I put it up anyway because I'm a married woman. So I say, yes, I'm married. He's saying, okay, well, your husband is very lucky. I get those. Okay. Another example. I was in Walmart one day, and ladies, you can feel when a man is looking at you. Like, you can feel it. It's like a dragon breathing down your neck. You can feel it, even though he's across the room, but you still can feel this man, right? So I was looking at the fruits, and he was over where the vegetables are. And I've seen him, but I kept my eyes on him without keeping my eyes on him, if you know what I mean. And so as I got closer to him, he decides to say, "Hey, miss." He said, "How are you doing today?" I said, "I'm doing good." I said, "How are you?" He said, "So what's your name?" I said, "My name is Toya," because my name is Toya. My name is never Erica in a setting that I don't want nobody to know who I am. So I've been Toya for a very long time. And he goes and say, he say, "Are you married, Toya?" I say, "Yes, I am married." And he said, "Oh man," he said, "You a very beautiful woman." I said, "Well, thank you so much." I said, "Well, you go and you have yourself a nice day, okay?" And that's the end of it. I go by my business, and he walks away with a smile because he talked to a beautiful woman who was not negative toward him, who didn't had any, I didn't talk vulgar to him. I didn't did any of that. And he was just happy of the fact that he got a chance to talk to me. And he went with his business and I went with my business. That's how I do it. I don't never do any, get away from me. I don't do nothing like that. Because first of all, it's not nice. Yes, we get tired of men staring at us, undressing us with their eyes. We do. But you have to realize that as a woman, we are very delicate and they look at us like that. So we have to play that role knowing that this is what we got to do. And I just wish more women would take heed of that, because I have been in some places where a man will come up to a woman and do the same thing. And you know what she does? "Nigga, get away from me." That's what they do. And then now, okay, you don't got this man right up. He was like, "Well, bitch, I ain't want you." He'll say something like that. And now she looking for another man in the store to beat that man's ass. But she could have avoided that conflict if she would just say, "Hey, I'm not interested. Thank you." And most of the time, they're going to back off. They're not going to continue to pursue because you've already let them know, "Hey, that window was closed, baby. You ain't getting in there. Ain't no air coming through there." That's just how you got to do it. So back to Brittany. I'm happy that she, decided to come out and say, "Hey, I want to do better with my life. I regret the things that I did." And trust me, she is not the first and she will not be the last person to say something like that. So great girl. That's good, Brittany, if you're hearing this. All right. So I want to play you guys something, and God, I really do hope it plays. Okay. Hold on. I'm about to do something wrong. All right, let's see.
My husband comes, he eats. I pick up his plate when he's done eating. That's something people are so surprised to know. He does not pick up his own plate. For some of my American friends who see it, they're a little taken aback. Can't he pick up his own plate?
I think the American notion of relationships is equality.
I do push women empowerment, but I'm I am not alone. My husband covers this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he covers me. And so if someone breaks in my house in the middle of the night, it's not me getting up.
I'm not going first. I am not.
That is a fact, okay? I have been saying that ever since day one, if you guys know me. I am all for women empowerment. Y'all know I'm about that. I am about women being all about their business. But at the end of the day, my business is operated through my man, my husband. He's helping me do all of this. If it wasn't for my husband, I probably wouldn't have been doing all of this. So I get, okay, we got some women out there who, "I don't need a man. I got this, I got that. I got my own money. I got my own house. I got my own car." I get it, ladies. I get it. We all get to a point where we got all that stuff. But even if I got all that stuff, guess what? ModelE want her man. I'm sorry. I want and I need my man. So I'm preaching to y'all because I want my man. I want my man in the house with me. If some shit pop off in here, I don't want to have to go deal with it on my own. I'd rather have my man here. I'll have his back, but I don't want to have to be the man of my own relationship. Just say it like that. So be powerful. Yes. Do your own thing. I do my own thing as well, but you will not hear me say, I don't need no man. Because if it is, that's a goddamn lie. If I say that shit, it's a lie. Okay? I ain't doing that. And picking up my man's plate, let me tell y'all something. I watch my grandmother did that ever since I was a kid. I watched my grandmother cooked, cleaned, did all that stuff. Yeah, I know you say, girl, that was back in the day. That's a different time. I know. But I carry a lot of that with me. And it worked out well for me in my relationship because I'm old school. I'm very old school. I'm old, I'm raised by them old people, and I believe in a lot of those things. Okay. So it doesn't even mean nothing to me. It doesn't make me feel like I'm a slave or, I'm just this, I'm down for my man, anything. Like I wait on him hand and foot. I do wait on him hand and foot, not to the point where I'm stupid, but because he's my man and because he's very deserving of it. Now, it takes a lot for a woman to say her man is deserving because it's a major role that you have to play in order for a man to be deserving. Like that man will have to make sure this house is taken care of, making sure that his family is happy, his wife is happy. And also you got to play that role too and make him happy as well. The man can't just make everybody else happy and he's making himself sad. We can't do that. We all got to work together. But if my man is providing and he's doing what he's supposed to do, that man is going to get anything he wants. I mean, anything. Nothing is off limits. And when you're in a relationship, anyway, nothing should be off limits. I think your man should be able to do whatever he wants to do. I've had a conversation with some women a little while ago, and we were talking about anal sex. And a few of them was like, oh no, I've never done that. I don't want to do nothing like that. I'm not doing my man like that. And most of these women, they were married women. Most were married. And so, one of them got to the point and they were like, well, I do it. I really don't like it, but I would do it for my husband. All right. That's a good enough reason. Same here. I may not like to do it. My whole thing with that is I don't like the beginning part. Okay. It's just like anything else. When you do something in the beginning, it's going to be a little hard. You're going to have to work towards it and you got to get your mind geared up. Okay, I got to do this. I got to do this. Unless you just do it like all the time. Now, anal sex is something that you shouldn't just be doing all the time. I think you can do that maybe once a month. Good. Once a month, maybe, once every other month. I think you'll be fine with that. Because all that stuff, it tears up your tissue and stuff back there. And also you can get infections back there if you constantly do it a lot. But I am not an expert. I am not a doctor. I'm just telling you guys what I was told in my past when I was younger, when I started getting birth controls and everything. I had this one doctor. She would just tell me everything. Just like, don't do that. It'll tear and you're not supposed to do it back there, But, we're like, we grown, we do whatever we want to do. But, don't get me wrong. It's dope and everything. Don't get me wrong. And, but doing it all the time like that? Nah, not all the time now. But yes, I will take my man's plate after he eats. I will put it up. Now, these women, if you have watched this video, you would notice that none of these women were black. They didn't look like me. They were all from another different nationality. And what do we have to say about that? That's sad, right? Because if a black woman was over there, she was like, he better take his damn plate. I cooked the shit. And that's why we always end up by ourselves and can say, I don't want no man, I don't need no man. Because you got the stanky face and the stank attitude like that. That's why. Okay? But you know what? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to make y'all upset with me. You know, I mean, it is what it is. All right, I got something else for you guys. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Hold up. All right. Y'all ready for this? I hope y'all ready. So this is called Get Your Woman Back, bruh.
Go get her back right now. Like, the grass on the other side is not greener, man. It be so many dudes that be in relationships, and because you've been in it for a minute, like, you get a bit delusional as to what's actually out there. Like, you forget about all of the, you know, time that you wasted on dates with women that wasn't about nothing, all the entitlement, all of the issues, the arguing for no reason, the incompatibility, all of that stuff. A lot of men that try to self-sabotage the relationship when we tired of it. You start acting a fool, start staying out a bit later, you know, start being less considerate in hopes that she'll break the relationship off. And then we can go back to the streets and, you know, see what it is that we've been missing for all this time. But fact is, we're not missing much. Man, go get these other women ain't tapped into the plan and actually taking an active role in helping you build it like your girl was. Go get your...
That's right, y'all. These women, y'all, some of these men, I'm not going to say all men, but I agree with the young fella. I do. Because you hear these conversations all the time about men. And when he said that a lot of times a man will sabotage the relationship because they want the woman to leave and break it up. They don't want to be the bad guy in the relationship. Well, they do that. They do. Now, when he says, go get your woman back, bruh, 9 times out of 10, the woman you had was, you love her, but you started looking and you started deep sea fishing and you find something else that may be, you know, dressed different from your current woman. Okay, you got your current woman and she used to look like that, but now she's I'm not gonna say homely, but she's a little more, you know, family woman now. So, you know, she's a little cut back a little bit, you know, she's like this, she wear joggers. But then you see this other woman in the street and, you know, she's half naked, booty jiggling, titties up, perky and shit. And you be like, damn, I like that. And then now your mind start to wonder and you want to go over there and you want to try it. But just because that grass is green over there, it ain't that green like how you think it is. So we do things to our current that's at home to make them try to get out the relationship. But bruh, like he say, these women ain't invested. Let me tell you something. These new women that some of y'all be trying to pursue, and yes, I am standing up for your current women because I know I'm speaking for your current women. Those women out there are not fully invested like the way your women at home is invested. Because those women that you saw across the grass, they gonna spend all of your damn money. Okay, they gonna leave you broke. They can't cook. They ain't gonna be nice to your kids if you got kids. They ain't about that family shit. They don't want that. Okay, they just want to go to the mall, They just want to get expensive stuff. And it's all about what you can do for them. Now, okay, yeah, maybe they sexing you up. Maybe they giving you a lot of good head. But that shit ain't nothing if you ain't got nobody to back you up. Y'all can say what you want to say, but these other women out here that y'all looking at, they ain't healthy. They ain't, see, the women at home, Keri, we vegan. We good for you. We good. We healthy for you. Those out there, full of cholesterol and shit. But guys, yes, pay attention to what you're doing, man. I know when you get into, and this is speaking true, I know when you get into a relationship, things change sometimes. And a lot of times, you know, the older we get, the more relaxed we get. And most of the time, it's the women that get a little more relaxed more than the men. A lot of time we get relaxed and, oh my God, don't let us have kids. And we kind of just, you know, kind of fall on the wayside on things that we used to do when we first got together. So that's when the whole communication process comes in. Like, okay, we gotta talk. We gotta sit, we gotta talk. We gotta remember what brought us here together. That's what we gotta do. And once we have established that, then we can move on and we can get back to those things. You know, now I can start putting on some clothes, maybe go hang out with some friends every now and then, or, you know, you and the guy, you know, we can just look fly, get fancy, and, you know, go hang out, laugh, have a couple drinks, just do all that little stuff. And when you do see somebody else across the way, it won't really matter to you. Like, you'll look, but you will not want to touch it because you know what you have at home. Because the woman at home who is fully invested with you, she's maintaining the house. She's making sure the money that you're giving her or whatever to pay the bills, they're being paid. You know, she's making sure that everything in the home is taken care of, and she's making sure you're being taken care of as well. But it's just that little inkling you got, like, damn, you know, the little wonder. And it happens. I get it. It happens. But we just all have to come together and remember the reason why we are here in the first beginning. So we won't have to have nobody to come through those windows, because we don't want nobody to come through the windows and mess what we got up. You don't want that. All right. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning into the first episode of 2023. I am your host. I am your girl, ModelE. Continue to follow me on Instagram at ENFriendsPod, and follow me on Twitter at Erica Jones with the Z on the end. And before I let you guys go tonight, make sure you check out Life and Love podcast with myself and my husband, Sean. We air every Thursday on Spreaker, and video is on YouTube on GWUN Network. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe so you won't ever miss anything. We will also be doing Life and Love After Dark. Yes, we're going to take a piece of the podcast and we just going to dwell on that one piece after dark. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad that you all came back to listen and see me. All right, guys, this is your girl, ModelE, and you guys be good. All right, bye.